In this video we're going to create a bootable flash drive for Linux Mint. Hi there, Albitastic here and welcome. The first thing to do is to download the latest version of Linux Mint, which is version 20.2. And I'm going to use the Cinnamon desktop because it's the one I like the best. So type Linux Mint into Google and click on it. That will bring up this page. Click here where it says Linux Mint 20.2 UMA. That will bring up this page on the Linux Mint site, but do not click on these download buttons. They are adverts. Instead, scroll down the page to find a download site. I chose this one for the United Kingdom. Once clicked on, this dialog box came up showing the download file. Click on Save File and then OK. Once done, the file downloaded to my download folder. To get the latest version of Rufus, which is the free program we're going to use to create our bootable Linux drive, Google Rufus. Then click here, which is the official Rufus website. The URL is https://rufus.ie, which takes you to this page. Scroll down to here and click on here, which is the latest version of Rufus. That will bring up this dialog box showing the file name. Click on Save File and Rufus will download. To start creating the bootable Linux flash drive, I've put both Rufus and the downloaded ISO file on my desktop. Clicking on Rufus starts the program and shows this interface. The box at the top is empty because there's no flash drive in the computer yet. I'm using a 16 gig flash drive, and once I put it into the computer it shows up in the box. The next stage is to select an ISO image for the boot image. I click on Select and then select the ISO image for Linux Mint 20.2. Once I clicked on it, it appeared in the boot image box. The next thing was to select a partition scheme. Here the choice is either MBR or GPT. Since this flash drive was to be used for installing Linux on legacy computers and not UEFI computers, I chose MBR. In the next box I could choose a name for the created flash drive. I left it as it was, which was the name of the ISO image. I also left the file system at the default setting, which meant that the flash drive would be formatted to FAT32, and I left the cluster size at the default setting also. Once I'd checked that everything was set properly and noted the warning about the formatting operation, I clicked Start. This brought up another notice about the type of mode used to write the image. I just left it at the default setting and pressed OK. This brought up another warning, but I just clicked OK. Once that was done, Rufus began to create the bootable flash drive. Depending upon the speed of your computer, this can take quite a time as it copies all the files needed. Finally, however, you will see the status bar change to ready, and Rufus has finished. If you check the device name at the top, you will find it will now show a new name for the flash drive. In this case, Linux Mint 20.2, etc. Congratulations! You have now created a bootable Linux flash drive and can use it whenever you want to install Linux Mint 20.2 on a computer. So, over to you, Amelia.
Hello friends. If you enjoyed our video, can I ask you to give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel? We would love to have you as a regular viewer. Thank you, and have a lovely day.